What's up, YouTube family? What's going on? Good old Sunday. Beautiful day outside. Really kind of chilling today, but I got one car that I'll probably be able to get out of here that I'm pretty much done with. See what we got going on. Got old Rivy here. He been here for a little while. I'm wrapping him up. Had a lot of stuff to do to it. And I'm the type, if I'm messing with a car and I see stuff that need to be done as I go, I'm going to address it. But starting off, I had to do the tune-up, spark plug, wires, valve cover gaskets, water pump, and I took that electronic distributor out and put in a vacuum distributor. Now, I put on these 307s to do the water pump, man, you gotta take off the compressor, the power steering pump, move all that out the way. I did the water pump. While I had the water pump off, I went on and put him a new fuel pump down there. He didn't ask for it, but while I was there, might well put him a new fuel pump while I got all that out the way. Went to put all this back together and start putting the belts back on, and this pulley right here wouldn't fit back on. So I'm like, man, what's going on? Come to find out, he had ordered the water pump that calls for a car with no AC. So the shaft on that water pump is like maybe a ½ inch shorter, and it's really hard to see by the eye. And once I found that out, I had to pull all of this back off, take that new water pump off, clean the gasket, and go pick up the correct water pump for a car with AC. So sometimes it be little stuff like that that'll just set you back. You might have plans to, try to move forward on some other stuff, and you get a little setback like that. I'm cleaning up the wires and stuff now. He still had the pollution pump and all that on there. I got rid of that, clean up all them wires. So far he cranking up pretty good. I was messing with the timing the other day. I think I got him pretty close. So far I need to let it run a little bit longer. Man, these electric fans that he got on here, I don't really like these. They really don't have a lot of CFMs. And one of them act like it got a shortage in it already. So I gotta let them know, bro, man, you gonna have to do something about them. So that's another setback if he wanna say, man, well, I don't wanna let it leave without changing the fans. There we go. Now I gotta order fans, I gotta take that off. And I don't like the way the people got this wired up, because they got the main power for those fans tied into this little bitty hot wire right here. That's not gonna last long. So I'm gonna have to let them know that, hey man, this, and then they got both of the fans on one relay. My bad, y'all. Then they got both of those fans ran on just one relay. So if that one relay go out, both of his fans cut off. I like to put a relay on each fan. That way, if something malfunction, at least he can get on to the house. And this being the power to the fans, that's not gonna work. So that's why I say, man, some people wire stuff up just to get it working. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, so far so good, y'all. So far so good. Been a long project, but not bad. Like I tell people, I'm just a one-man show. I can only do so much in a day. And for people who work out here, y'all know, man, these days are going by so fast, man. It's like, if you don't get up at a certain time of day and try to get some stuff done, man, your day is gone. It's gone. It's gone. But Hello? Huh? Nah, come to the back by my truck. All right. Man, my boy with the gold slant. Y'all hold up right quick. I gotta take care of something right quick. Yeah, my bad, people. Man, my boy that got the gold slant up here, I know y'all been seeing that slant in the background for a long time, and I know y'all like, damn. Man, me and this man communicate on a daily basis. And y'all know I'm not the person to blast nobody or talk about nobody work, man, but whoever wired up this man car, if this man wouldn't have brought his car here and went ahead and pulled his car out, I guarantee you. Now, I don't like saying stuff, but man, I've been doing wiring for a long time. I ain't never burnt up nobody's car, set nobody's car on fire, man, because I try my best to be detailed and very careful about my wiring. I don't know how to stress that, man. I like to double look. You gotta watch how you run your wires. You have to watch the thickness of your wires. You gotta take in vibration. You gotta take in current draw. It's a lot when you running wires in people's car. Like for instance, whoever wired these fans up in this white Rivy and they tied the main power wire into that little bitty wire instead of running it to the battery, how long you think that's gonna last before them fans draw and burn that up? Now see, if I let that car leave here like that without at least saying something or bringing it to his attention, he get out there and some start smoking up there, guess what the first thing they gonna say? Man, FSC the last people that touched it. But FSC didn't do that, bro. I wouldn't dare do nothing like that. I really can't let that car leave like that, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be up to the customer. Now this gold slant, man, I done found so many fire hazards in this man car. For one thing, I got a piece right here. For one thing, man, they had this CCA shit ran all through this man car, man. This wire is so light. So, oh man. And then this piece right here, let me see if I can show y'all. Y'all see that cut right there in this wire? Now this just got ran in here. This man car haven't even hit the scene yet. Y'all see that little cut in that wire right there? Guess how I found that? They had this wire, CCA, coming from one of his woofer amps, and it was hooked just like this and hooked over a piece of sharp metal and behind the back seat. And his car haven't even hit the scene yet, and it got a cut in there. So just think, one day he would have been playing his music, and that cut would have got a little deeper, a little deeper, a little deeper, until it would have caught that metal, and bam. And guess what they gonna say? Man, that car came from FSC Auto. But I'm not the one that wired up this car. I would never in my life, I wouldn't care if I was putting all mids and highs in my car that's not gonna really draw no power. I'm still not gonna run no CCA in nobody's car. Nobody's car. I'm not finna do it. I don't care how small your system is. I'm not finna run no wire in nobody's car that I have to second guess about. And for what this man got in this car, CCA shouldn't even been an option. It shouldn't even been an option. They got it ran from the front to the back, and they only got one pass. One pass. So now, I done went and got him some welding lead. I done had to run 2 passes of welding lead to the back. I done had to get all this CCA from out of his trunk. And the thing of it is, if I show you the list that he brought me, this wasn't even on the list. This wasn't even on the list. I'm way off this man's list. But from what I done found going on with this car and what I done showed him pictures of and what could have happened, man, he glad that I went through and saw this. And it started off with his lid not being able to go back in because he added an amp and some bigger woofers. And he asked me, could I see if I can get the lid back in? And man, when I opened this man's trunk, man, I instantly saw like, whoa. I had to tell him, bro, I'm not content with what you got ran back here and how they got it ran. When you loop your batteries together, you have your charge wire on one end and you put all your amps on the other end. That way you get a draw from all your batteries. Man, they had one of his woofer amps on the same battery as the charge wire, so that charge wasn't going good to the other side, and you'll wonder why I done basically had to rewire this man's whole unit of music, man. And he ain't got no complaints about how long the car been here because of what I done showed him and what he done seen could have happened. Like, for instance, this piece of wire that I just showed y'all with that cut in there, man. And what's crazy, they ran that wire from the battery in the back. I can't really show y'all because he don't really want his car showed like that. But I can tell y'all why you keep seeing it in the background for so long, because it's like problem after problem that I'm seeing. And with this car having my name on it and leaving my shop, man, there's no way I can let him leave like that, man. So, because of other people carelessness, just throwing music in this man's car with this cheap wire, it caused me to have to go back. And then it was other simple stuff like I sent him pictures of, like, they didn't even have his wire ends on the battery crimp real good, to the point where all his ring terminals was tarnished. They was turning colors from their CCA wire not being tight, and it was heating up back there. And man, this man haven't even brought this car all the way out. So that means just a little time that this man done played his music in between shops, all that done happened. This cut in this wire, I had to go back and re-crimp majority of the ring terminals that they did run, because they was tarnished. And matter of fact, that's what, once I saw that, and that's when I realized that they had the CCA ran all through the car. So the ones that I crimped, I end up taking all that out anyway. I was like, bro, we have to redo this. I don't feel comfortable. It's gonna cost a little bit more, bro, but man, look at what we working with. A fire hazard. And at the end of the day, man, that man car would have left here, it would have been on me. Now, I'm rewiring everything my way. Now, if something happened, then it's on me. Because I'm gonna try my best to get everything that they did out of there, and I'm redoing it my way. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, this is not even on his list. That man didn't expect to see all of that and have to get this car rewired. I sent this man so many pictures, man, he had to come up here and see it for himself. A picture worth 1,000 words, but he was like, man. I mean, come on, man. People, y'all out here wiring up these people cars, man, and just throwing anything in there, man. And I'm like I say, I'm not the person to bash nobody's shop or do none of that, man, but come on, man. See, because I don't have this big fancy shop and all of that, and you know, they'll say I'll be the one getting talked about, or somebody will say something about it. But man, I'm the one that people bring their cars to that come from these big fancy shops with these big old names on the billboards and all of that. I'm the one that people bring their cars to and have to fix that. And a lot of people don't even know it. Don't even know it, man. They don't know. Like when them people see this car come back out, they gonna swear to God, yeah, man, we did that. We did that. No, y'all didn't. I had to fix that. Y'all almost burnt this man car up. I don't know if he gonna say something to him. Sometimes it's really not even worth it because they probably gonna argue the fact. But he got pictures, he got proof, he got footage. It's not just word of mouth what they did. I showed him pictures of everything I found. And like I say, I'm not trying to pick on nobody, but I can't let that car leave here with my name on it, with what they did. So it put me in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to tell one of my partners, man, I was doing some music for him, and he was sitting there watching me hook up a radio. And he was like, man, G, you ever thought about using butt connectors and you know, the little wire terminals? And I say, bro, you know why I never got into that? I say, yeah, it look good. I say, really, it's behind the radio, so who cares? I say, but yeah, it look good on the install. I say, but do you know how many people have brought me their cars because they was riding and jamming, and all of a sudden everything cut off, and they can't figure out why? Everything connected, everything look good, everything nice and neat. But when I go in there and get to testing the wires, why is it that I got power on this side of the wire and no power on this side of the wire? You know why? Those wires are already thin as hell. By the time you skin them, stick them in them little fittings and them little neat, little pretty little wire ring terminals and wire terminals and all that. By the time you stick them in there and you crimping them down with the mind on crimping them down, you beat them broke half of the wires inside of there. You already dealing with a small gauge of wire, and then you crimping them with all your force because that's what your mind on, crimping them. So you crimping the shit out those wires. And by the time they vibrate and move around, they break on the inside. So guess what I end up having to do? Cut them pretty little ring terminals, not ring terminals, cut them pretty little butt connectors and all that off, skin it, twist it, wrap it up with Tessa tape, and now the problem's solved. So when I told him that I only had like 3 wires hooked up on the radio, I had the hot ground and remote. I say, now watch this here. I grabbed the radio by the wires and shook it. I say, see, my wiring is twisted. You have to snatch this loose. I say, those little butt connectors, you beat them broke half of the wires. I say, man, them wires be broke on the inside. And it caused problems. You have to take all this dashboard shit back off, pull all of this out, preamps and all that, just to go back in there and see that you was trying to be so neat that you broke the wires inside of that thing. And I've had that a lot coming from these flea markets, coming from these high-end music stores. They so big on prettiness and neatness till they forget about the safety part. They forget about the safety part. And that's when it comes to me. That's why I tell people, man, I do stuff based on experience and what I done been through. I'm not finna invest in a bunch of butt connectors knowing that I have had problems out of those. I'd rather just twist my wires, tape them up real good, and the only way my wire's gonna come loose is if you snatch it. You gonna snatch it. And if you try to snatch it, you gonna break something, because I twist my wires properly. So that's a lesson learned from me. I don't know if that'll work for some of y'all out there. Y'all might have problems, can't figure out why something won't come on, or why one of your speakers in the door keep fading in and out, and you know you done ran this and put new speakers and you can't figure out why. Go back there to them little butt connectors. Go back there to that. I guarantee you that's gonna be your problem. And you're gonna end up twisting them wires anyway. So I just don't do it. And what do I care about neatness for, about something that's going behind the radio and in the dashboard? Just twist it, wrap the wire harness up real nice and neat, and it still look presentable. But like I say, it's going in the dashboard. So I mean, what, the customer want to see it neat before it go in there? I mean, come on, man. I focus on safety, and I try to be neat as I can with it, but I'm more focused on safety. I'm not finna run a wire here because it looks better when you're not gonna see it anyway. I'm gonna run it the safe way. That's why I've been doing music since I was in my teens, and in April I'll be 45 years old, and thanks to the Most High, I have 0 birds under my belt, and I tend to keep it like that. Anything can happen. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I am. I'm not bashing nobody, man. But from me dealing with so many cars and seeing so many mistakes, that teaches me what not to do. I always been the type of person, I'm gonna learn from your mistakes before I learn from my own. I see you doing something, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, that didn't work over there. Okay, so I know not to do that off the muscle. So I done learned from your mistake already before I make that mistake, if that makes sense. So, long story short, man, that's why you've been seeing the gold slant back in the background for a minute, man, because I've been finding problem after problem, man. Problem after problem, man. I done really basically rewired this man's whole car. And like I say, y'all know I'm not finna lie about nothing. I'm not finna add no extra work trying to get no money. No, I have enough work. I don't have to add work to get money. I got people hitting my phone on a daily, man. I can only do so much. I got people from out of town trying to get cars down here one day soon. I got people calling me, asking me questions about cars. I got people need stuff done to cars. And then on top of that, I have an everyday mechanic clientele. I have an elderly clientele, people on fixed income payment plans, people I have to work out payment plans with to help them. I got people who don't have a lot of money, but they need to get to work. Man, I help a lot of people. So, it's hard. It's hard sometimes. But I'm not the type of person that's finna hold your car for no reason. If a person's car been here longer than it have, it's not because I haven't been working on it. It's because they brought it here with one intention, and when I get to putting my hands on it, I be like, hey man, this not gonna work. Hey man, this here gonna do this within a couple of months. You already see us doing this right here, so just think. I'm gonna lay it out to you, show you pictures. You can come up here and see it in person. They're just like these electric fans on this white Rivi. How they got that power wire tied into that little bitty wire for them fans, and them fans supposed to run all day. How long do you think that's gonna last before that burn up? That is supposed to go to a battery, man. It's supposed to go straight to the battery with at least some 10 gauge wire. They ran that straight and just tied it into some power, man. You cannot do that. You can't do that, man. That is going to burn up. it's gonna burn up. I guarantee you. The only way that wire won't burn up is because them fans have a very low CFM. And guess what? In the summertime, with the AC on and it's 100 degrees outside, those low CFM fans are not gonna keep that motor cool. So guess what? If that wire don't burn up, his motor is. Because those fans are not gonna hold that heat. You not finna make me believe that. You can barely hear them fans when you turn the car on, man. There's no way that those fans are gonna keep that car cool. And before that car leave, I have to let him know. It's gonna be up to him. If he want me to fix it now, that's gonna cause the car to stay for a couple of more days. Cause now you intervening with something else that I can be doing, but I have to work it in. And that's not my fault. The shop that it came from, they should have knew that. I don't know who did it, but they need to stop wiring cars. The people who did this gold slant, I'm not bashing them, but if this is how you run people music and this the way you do it, you need to stop wiring up people cars, or you need to step your game up, because that was asking for it. That was asking for it. Y'all see that cut in that wire? I ain't put that there. I showed the man the picture of that wire, how they had it ran over that metal before I even touched it. He saw that. That's a cut in that wire. So I don't know, y'all. I just be going through it. It's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either when a man come with a list that I probably could have knocked out in this amount of time, but as I go, I'm steady finding problems that's prolonging what's going on. So that's how it be sometimes. So a person might say, yeah, that car been there such and such, but you don't know what's going on. So I'm telling you what's going on. And I get a lot of that in these cars, man, because a lot of people don't have the experience to know the long-term effects of not running people wires properly. They don't take in vibration, they don't take in rubbing, they don't take in nothing. They just putting stuff in people's cars, man, and it's not working. And when it gets to me, I have to be the problem solver and be the one that go behind these people work. I'm just not the type of person to get all on the internet calling out shops' names and calling out. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't even care enough to do that. It's here now. I'm gonna fix the problem. If I mess up, then it's on me. But yeah, people, I just want to show y'all, a little something. Because I see people have a problem with shops and people quick to get on the internet and bash and all that. Bro, I ain't with all that, man. I'm just trying to do what I do, get people cars out of here in a cool, timely manner, and make sure these people cars are safe on the boulevard. That's all I want, no matter how long it take. You know what I'm saying? But my little bro right here, he just pulled up. Let me see. Yeah, that's Doughboy One Stop Shop. You know what I'm saying? And Hustle Man. Hustle Man Randy Savage. He did a little barbecuing yesterday, I guess, and he looked like he got a bag in his hand. So yeah, and it's about lunchtime, y'all. So I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. Enjoy the video.